I did some thinking during the break, guys. It was the shirt. It was my wrinkled shirt. Everyone stuck around because they wanted to tell me to iron my shirt. It wasn't Zest. It wasn't the games. It was the shirt. It's gonna have to wear a wrinkly ass shirt every time I go live.
We figured it out.
We figured it out. All right. Again, prize money for this is pretty high stakes. Close to $400 alone just between these two to be split.
You missed an HT.
What?
On the Twitter. HTTPS.
Oh, well, you know what? I didn't claim to be good at tweeting in the first place. I'll fix that in a moment. We got some beautiful sounds coming and we'll get you a shout out in a second. Let's shout out the most important people in the game, though. In the bottom right, he's going to be Splice's Blue Protoss stats.
In the top left has the pink Protoss. He is Zest.
And nobody's done anything too cheeky, but my question actually has a lot to do with scouting. Because I feel like Zest is someone who's pretty adamant about scouting, but only after he's been punished for not scouting.
Okay. Zest did win their last best of... Was it best of 5?
Yeah, because it was the monthly finals, right?
It was the semifinal of the monthly finals, yes. So, won the last best of 5 with a proxy Stargate that was pretty brutal. Or no, that was actually Stats. I got it mixed up with him versus TY. Well, I guess it wasn't... What I said wasn't incorrect. In the finals, Zest won with a proxy Stargate. In a very dramatic... Just kidding, it wasn't dramatic at all. And then got a game won despite Stats getting a surprise Oracle against him. That's how it went down in their best of 5. So
yeah, lots
of repeat best ofs going down in this tournament and yesterday's. I mean, both Korean tournaments to the finals. A lot of the same guys do make it.
Yeah. Also, just to get caught up with this before the game kicks off, OFU, my dude, thank you for the 22-month resub. And just a general round of applause, guys, for OFU, because he is a guy who's in everybody's stream. You've seen bits, you've seen subs. He's all over the place. Big supporter of StarCraft 2. And then... You know what? This name, I'm just going to read it as is. It's Raynal Ape. Thank you for the $5. Says, man, I haven't watched StarCraft in a while. I used to watch all the videos of Husky and check out a lot of StarCraft streamers. Please iron your shirt.
I like how that wasn't like a segue. That wasn't like, had anything to do with the first sentence.
it's just, please iron your shirt. Like, by the way, before I forget, like, we're getting groceries. Don't let me forget, iron your shirt. Like...
I mean, it's like, you know, thank you for the dollars, but you know, it's like, I used to watch the old guys. Iron your shirt. No, you're great too.
I'll let him get away with it. I changed my shirt. There's nothing to iron. I really should at some point actually buy an iron and an ironing board though. All right, so these two depths are going to squeeze on by. We showed Catalyst off earlier. It's really not a strange map, and it doesn't seem to have gimmicks on it the same way Neon's something Plaza does, so I don't think there's really a lot to show, but a little bit of a shield battery block. We actually have the Adepts commit to this. That's gonna trap them in. Ooh.
Nicely done. I was gonna say, we haven't seen Neon Violet Square today at all. We saw one battle the boardwalk and no Neon Violet Square. It's so weird. Maybe it's not as great a map as we thought it would be. I don't know. But anyways, this didn't work. Zest got slapped, and the Dark Shrine I don't think will work either. Stats already has a Robo.
On top of this as well, I think, I'm trying to recall if it was these two, there was like that timing where like Stats predicted, I believe it was Stats predicted the DTs coming, right? Even did the force field, the batteries, and it didn't matter because the DTs still just bust through.
Yes.
So this time around, it is good to see the Robo. It's good to see he's prepared for this. And I guess the best way to phrase it is like learning from his mistakes.
In that game where he died to DTs, it was like a really interesting one where Zest was a little bit greedier and Sats did the less greedy version of the build. So Zest like was able to get the DTs in before Sats get the Robo. Considering Sats not going for DT build himself, obviously it makes sense. Go through the safer like a Robo opener.
By the way, guys, I know many of you are new to the channel. This is kind of we're not getting rich anytime soon. We got a grand total of like $76 in donations here. But this is also like the most donations we've had in a while. So like little bits of $2 and $3 and $5. This is really cool. This makes me feel like a real streamer. Thank you guys so much for your generosity. Because Kilrari comes in now with $5 to say, I love the content. Keep it up. I prefer shirtless Rifkin, by the way. Zombie Grub Hearts. You've never seen shirtless Rifkin. You don't know what you prefer. I might have like 7 nipples for all you know.
I think he, what if he does prefer that? You know?
Oh, well then I should be charging a lot of money for some very like specific fetish stuff.
I think some people would like that. Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't have a good segue out of that conversation, so I will just abruptly point out the Warp Prism arriving to Zest's base.
Yeah, good call. So, Zest might not have been able to use his Dark Shrine. He did let it finish, and it will become an Archon-making tool later. And much later, perhaps, we'll get some harassment in. Dumbest fight ever. Who's in Phoenixes, please? Supposed to be scouting.
I like that he actually brought the Stalkers in, too, to deal with that. Like, nope, can't have that happening on my turf.
Zest has on a lot of gateways, has charge on the way. I think the plan is to take a third base, just get production first. Stats, obviously, with the Robo much faster, has some Immortals here. Twilight Count's a little bit later. Should be looking for a third base, too.
So question out of chat from the real Joe Ball, who's been a real hero today. I'm deadly serious when I say that. It says, can we donate to the casters, or does it only go to the tournament? So, if you use our donation link down below the stream, it goes to the casters. We just split it up amongst ourselves. We always split it evenly. If you want to donate to the tournament prize pool specifically, which we do not take a single cent of, then you do it through the Matcherino link. It's a good way to split the numbers and keep it all transparent. That's a big part of why I really like working with Matcherino. Also, thank you, Etrioke, for the 100 bits. This is a real stream. Takes a stab at saying it.
A real boy, I'm a real stream.
I don't know why. I almost did like the Mickey Mouse laugh in response to that. Like, haha, I'm a real boy.
I mean, it was a Disney movie, so it's not the worst thing you could do.
Alright, the DTs didn't really get much use, just turning them into Archons. This is fine. It's like a cost-effective way to make Archons when you don't have a lot of gas, so this is not a total loss for build order or anything. Also, $13.37 coming with that lead speak. All your bases are belong to us. Bunkers, thank you very much. No message. Some
awesome.
Generosity at its finest. Charge for both is a very important upgrade, though. We saw this already earlier in the previous PvP. Charge lots will be at Archons if you have enough of them.
Their gateway count is evened up, but Zest got his a little bit early. Stop producing probes despite getting the third base. Obviously looking for an attack here with +2. This might just be a perfect upgrade timing. It's going to be really, really close. And if he's going to wait for a warp in, then maybe it's not close enough. Well, we can't force Spell out to buy more time. +2 still isn't done for stats. Charge should be. This is pretty close. This has that +2. Will that be the deal breaker? Got the Micro and the Warp Prism as well. That's really good. Stats armies, all types are clumped up, and the shield batteries, they're not going to be able to help. We're going to die.
I actually really like that he took a second to focus one of them down. Shield batteries would be a huge element to this fight, but not going to be the case here. Archon's still going to just power through. Immortals don't stand a chance against them. The Zealot's just melting, and Zest is really snowballed. 61 army supplied to 20. This doesn't look doable for stats.
It is not. Did not have the proper preparations in time. I don't say a bit of the proper positioning either. Hold on, GG.
GG, Zest takes game 1, but this is kind of to be expected. He's the PvP champion.
Yeah, he's always been very good at PvP.
I was trying to respond to chat, but I guess I'll say it now that the game's over really quick. So I know Matcherino says Mega Tax. That's actually going to be deleted, and it's not part of it anymore. But this Matcherino was made like a month and a half ago when we were still doing the Mega Tax. For those who don't know what the Mega Tax was, we were taking 10% out of every prize pool, segmenting it for a different tournament to be held at the end of the year. But we've done that. It's closed. We've got the money, and that's just outdated. So our deal with Matcherino is in sponsorship, whatever you want to call it, is they waive all fees. So they actually cover the PayPal fees. They don't charge us any fees. Players will actually get 100% of the money that's on that page. And again, we have been doing this for like 2-something years with them and never had any issues yet. But, you know, cross your fingers, because hiccup. But Cure Daddy, thank you for the 5-month resub. Also had some more wonderful noises coming in there with hashtag Shrek. Great name. 250 bits. Says, nice to see Starcraft 2 on the front page again. Dude, Starcraft 2 got some love yesterday because they had like Pig and Nathanius and probably a couple others doing like these promo streams for the whole free-to-play campaign. And yeah, Starcraft's been getting a lot of love. All over Reddit yesterday too.
Yeah, it was really well timed with the EA shit.
EA was, yeah, that was all right, I'm ready whenever the players are. It's Abyssal Reef. Enjoy this sweet melody. We'll see you guys in game. All right, sorry about the small little hiccup there. I was having a lot of trouble actually getting the scores right for some reason, but here we are in the bottom right. It's the pink Protoss up 1-0. Zest.
In the top left is the blue Protoss. It is Stats.
Also, thank you very much to Neasel Flames for the 100 bits. Said, you guys rock. Thanks for being here and making this happen. Same right back at you, dude. We've had a pretty good day so far. Viewership's been really cool. Generosity's been nice, but just having a really smooth tournament, too. I guess we don't often do it, but just like, I guess, a quick nod to the players for actually just all being here. Nobody goes AFK for 10 minutes at a time. Couple of awkward pauses out of Zest. Other than that, very smooth ride today.
Yeah, what are those pauses are for? I think TY was the one that had the keyboard issue yesterday.
And
Stats just needs a break.
Stats wasn't pausing during the games, but he had to keep going AFK for the PC bong computers.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
So I want to be clear, because I'm cheering for Stats 100% on this one. I like Zest, I respect Zest, but Zest, you've won Home Story Cup. You just won the Elima League Season Finals. You've had enough. Sit down. Give someone else a try.
Okay. But also, he's probably like, no.
He's just like, I don't care. I'm good. Let's keep winning.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to share any love.
No, actually, all those silly reasons aside, I would like to see Stats be able to overcome him, though. Parts of what happened yesterday influencing this, obviously, but also just that Zest has been such a good kingpin of PvP throughout the year, frankly. When he had an abysmal win rate at a time versus Terran, wasn't doing good versus Zerg, didn't have good GSL results, but he was always winning the PvPs. So it would be cool to see somebody overcome him, and Stats, I feel, would be one of those guys, if any.
Stats should be taking at least a game here. I mean, I don't think Zest can do the 3-0 again. But maybe he really is that good at PvP.
Also, Zophie42, thank you for that Prime sub. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Base Trade Brigade, and thank you for sparing us with that Prime sub.
Similar-ish openers here. Got 2 Stalkers coming out right now, but Zest started off with 2 Adepts. Stats' Stalkers, looking for them, are not going to be able to find them. A little bit of a oddly placed pylon, too, from Stats off to the left side. That was put down pretty early. I wonder what that's for.
Maybe confusing a probe scout if that was the case. Question mark. Either way, 4 Stalkers are out. They can deal with these Adepts, so not really a worry. The shield battery will be canceled. That's a nice way to block out the Adepts.
Yep, very cheap. Stats is going to try and poke at the front of the base. If he can catch these Adepts, maybe he can take out another Stalker, too, at the front line, but that really shouldn't be possible. Perhaps if Stats had a proxy pylon, which that left pylon does not count as. It's not really in proxy at all. So curious about that one. Because, like, early game for Protoss, it's actually very important where you put your pylons. If they open up with an Oracle... Well, actually, I guess I can't say that anymore. The overcharge doesn't exist. So you can put your pylons wherever the hell you want.
Well, I still think putting one in the mineral lines or near it, because the shield battery is going to be essential, so there is some importance, some imperativeness.
There is still the importance, like that's why they put the pylon down at the front of the base instantly. They can't overcharge it anymore, but it could be an emergency shield battery, which is something that saved Stats in the last series, or 2 series ago rather, for instance. So kind of correct what I was saying. It's still weird to see that, but much later on, harassment potential.
So while we are kind of in a calm period of the game, I want to bait chat into playing a game with me. I can see the statistics of who's tuning in, and I've shouted out your various countries a couple times. But I'm curious who's actually going to make the most noise, because you might have like 10,000 people tuning in from like Denmark, but if only one person's typing in chat, that's not very representative. So do me a favor, guys. If you type where you're tuning in from, you don't have to give like a city or a province or a state, but you know, if you're tuning in from Germany, type Germany in chat. If you're tuning in the USA, type USA. I want to actually see who the noisiest region is as far as who's actually here in chat with us today.
It's gonna be USA.
I don't know. That's a lot of Germany right out the bat. Oh my god, okay. I made a mistake. 10K people in chat. This is too much. A lot of Denmark, though. Sweden.
Yeah.
UK. Actually, UK is pretty much out in full force.
How do you guys in the UK?
This is worse than asking people to Kappa check. This I made a mistake.
It's a lot of people.
It does look like UK, though, seems to be the noisier one. Shout out to my fellow Canadians. I see one or two of you in there. It's nice to see.
Too, yeah. Nice with the Kappas. All right, that worked out well.
Trump emote? That is the Kappas.
Chat's
yeah. All right.
Too fast. I didn't notice it.
Yeah, I literally can't keep up with this anymore. I made a mistake. I love you all. Glad to see so many people tuning in, though. Not a bunch of you bots. Feels good, man. But yeah, USA and UK are our #1 statistics, but it looks like UK is making more noise than USA. Interesting. Bloody hell.
All right. Not much has happened in this game while we watch the countries.
Both players have just had hallucinated phoenixes chasing their real warp prisms, doing nothing with them.
Yeah. Stats just get a faster third base. Zest might be going for the same build, or very similar build. He didn't start +2 yet, so I don't know about that. But point is, he's getting production before third base. So while he might still slap that third base down, it's more about the attack.
Yeah, third base. I don't know. This is kind of an interesting timing where that is a lot of money out for defenses. You don't have shield batteries up yet. The army's not going to be here because you've spent money on the Nexus. Zest's attack here isn't that big, but it might be big enough.
I thought the Hallucinated Phoenix, the first one barely didn't scout the army moving along there, but then the second one sees the warpins, and that's good. Stats can try and prepare, but it is about having his production ready, and it's not quite ready to go, just finishing up, turning into actual warp gates.
I love this kind of coming to like friend Tinder. Is anyone else here from Malaysia? Hit me up.
Oh, force fields could be dangerous. Oh, you really want to grab him.
The force fields are tough though. There's Archons on both sides to break this, so it's about control on each side of this, of course. But this tears down the shield batteries. He cancels the other two. He knows he's not going to hold on to this base. Stats has just not got an army to fight with.
Once again, getting pushed back beyond the stack defense that wasn't quite ready to go. This time, though, Stats not dead. He didn't lose his entire army. He's not being pushed into the natural.
Yeah, but that's supply block, though.
Base. Yeah. Oh, cool. A couple of zelts in the main base. Shield battery protected a lot of those probes.
Shield battery is so cool. Shield battery is so cool.
But if he had lasted 2 seconds longer, the shield battery would have had energy.
I know, but still, like, it was actually amazing the amount of time that was able to buy to stop that from getting out of hand. Like, only 2 workers have died. Zombie Grub, I want you to think about that for a moment. That was like a good 30 seconds of uncontested zealots.
It was really good. Now, Zest might have gotten the third base lead, but not by too much. He also has a worker lead, so I'd say this is, like, of course, a net gain for him. A little behind in the upgrades, but not too much either. Yeah, Zest just took a powerful win right there by killing that third base, by bullying Stats into the natural.
Yo, shout out to Morgan's Freeman's for the Prime sub. I know you don't have a voice like him, but I'll pretend you do. Thank you for subbing.
He does.
Oh my god, what if he
voices
does?
And aren't super famous.
You know what sucks? There's this one streamer who streams like Ragnarok Online, and they had the worst mic for the longest time. And I was friends with them from like back when I used to play WoW with them, and I thought, oh man, they have a terrible voice. Finally got a good quality mic, and I'm like, wow, you sound like you belong on the radio. What have you been doing for the last 2 years?
Interesting. Ragnarok Online. Well, this push is like this could be the dead killing blow. Like Stats is down 20 army supply. He's not gonna have third upgrade level. He does have a couple shield batteries, but now he's going to be distracted by another Zealot warp in on the natural base.
Oh, and he's responding too. That's going to pull him out of position. He didn't know the army was coming. Now falls back. 3 shield batteries can help a little bit, but oh, he's had to pull off this base entirely, and I don't know if he can actually defend this. He's having trouble.
It's taking a very long time to clean up, successfully dragging away a lot of pawns to leave the Zest open to dominate this army.
Yeah, the Archons are falling quick as the Zealots here, and with 4 Immortals versus not many Immortals, if the shield battery still had energy, this might look a little bit different, but there's still Archons, there's still Stalkers, and the natural base still hasn't been cleaned up. This is too far gone for stats. A man can only lose his third so many times in a PvP. GG. Zest with a 2-0 has already put his opponent on match point here in the finals. Also, whoa, the real Joe Ball. Guys, I know not all of you are subbed. If you're subbed, let's get some Tasia claps. If you're not subbed, let's get some hearts. Dude just donated $50 to say, glad my money goes to you guys. I've been a long-time lurker and enjoy the entertainment. Keep it up. Unfortunately, I'm terrible at Starcraft, but enjoy watching what I'll never be able to do. Protoss Master Race. Oh no, I take it back. Can the hearts. Ugh. Can the hearts. But yo, Joe Ball, thank you so much, dude, for everything today. And I'm glad you still enjoy Starcraft. So many of the people we talk to, whether it's fans at events or people online, like a lot of them can't play past like fucking Gold League or something. That's fine. You still love the game. But all right, folks, we're gonna go to commercial break. It's possibly the last game coming up, so I hope you can forgive me. It might be the last ad break. We'll see you guys in 2 minutes. All right, folks, let's do this properly. It's game 3, and this might be the last one in the series. So I do need to, for the last time today, shout out Twitch for making all this possible. Bringing the hype in through the front page, supporting this tournament, powering up things like the Corsair Cup. Twitch has done wonders for us in 2017. And I know I've spoken privately with so many people at Twitch, but I'm just going to say it publicly, guys. Twitch has had our back at every turn this year, and I'm so proud to be working on this platform, to be putting on a show for you guys here, twitch.tv/BaseTradeTV, baby. So thank you guys for tuning in. In the bottom right, it is, unfortunately, his last life, the red Protoss from Splice, Stats.
In the top left, as the pink Protoss, it is Zest.
Zest with quite a bit of hype for this, too, and I'm not surprised to see him winning. I would still be a little surprised if he could 3-0 Stats. If this is actually the last game of the day, I'd be very sad. But Stats is shaking it up. He's already sent a probe out to maybe do some cheekiness. Proxy high to Stargate, just out of the way. Twilight Council, anything.
He hit a pylon last game, but ended up using it, and perhaps that was something he scouted. But leaving the probe here this time should be for a definite hidden something or another. Zest is going to scout and perhaps detect something is wrong as the game goes on. I don't think there's much to tell from this initial probe scout unless he really looks for the other pylon.
I mean, it is fishy only seeing the one. But as you also mentioned, you can put them wherever, so there could be a pylon hiding over here. Zest actually has to do a thorough scout of the main base and not just play assumptions, I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He might have, like, really, I feel like the second pylon always goes like around your mineral line, but that doesn't always happen. Zest might have some idea something is up, but if he just plays safe, kind of cover his tracks. Okay, he's gonna scout it.
Oh, Stats. You know what? Does he know? Okay, he knows it's been scouted at least, so it's not. Oh, it feels bad for Stats. If he got away with this, that might have been like a good way into it. But still, brute force can be a dangerous thing. And with Zest still investing in a Nexus, for example, something could be a limited amount of Stalkers.
Yeah, it's not like that's a super proxy Stargate, one that he could kill when he got units over there. It is something that's going to be produce Oracle, and as far as an opener goes, a one-base Stargate isn't a bad opener.
Sorry, I gotta address this. This has been brought up a couple times today. So people are asking why we have the follower alerts on, right? Here's the deal, guys. Normally throughout the course of like a 4-hour, 5-hour stream, we'll get like 100 followers maybe on a good day. front paging it up. We didn't expect to get 10,000 viewers this morning. This has been sick. We got like 400 followers for the day. This has been out of the water nuts. So, yeah, it's a little annoying. I apologize. But you know what? Screw it. Get to celebrate with every person who comes around to the channel.
Stats just gave up an idea of an Oracle and went for a Phoenix instead.
I guess a couple of these could still work. I always look at Phoenix as these really awesome crowd control units. You can really just take units out of the fight. So if you've got like 3 Phoenix and it's a 4 to 5 Stalker fight, you'll have a massive lead just because 3 of them aren't fighting.
True. Zest has, with that scout, given himself quite a good position in this game. It's not like he got that big of an economic lead. The Nexus is only like 10 seconds faster or something like that. But thwarting the Oracle potential and now dealing with the Phoenix is no problem. Should be able to save his probes with the shield battery if he's not paying attention. There should be some benefit here. Stargate tech not working out, that's a lot of minerals and gas sunk into something.
Yeah, and just for the newer folks to StarCraft that don't really know, Phoenixes cannot shoot down. They can only shoot air units, so you have to lift units up with their ability to actually get any hits, and otherwise forced to just run away from these stalkers.
That was fast enough damage to actually kill a probe. Shield battery didn't respond in time.
Ah, worth noting. I mean, there's going to be like that degree of overkill, timing on the attack, etc. But yeah, shield battery's been proven to be pretty. Again, it's like 2 days of us seeing this through Home Story Cup, or I guess 2 instances rather, and the Alima League. Seeing it again now, it's just like the shield battery looks better every time we're seeing it.
Being useful structure to have.
By the way, thank you Nathros for the 29-month resub, and Dashmaster just qualified for his Partouf, subbing for 1 year. HP, he knows it too. I'm gonna assume you know what to do, but just in case you don't, make sure to direct message us on the channel. We'll get you that form to fill out. You get you that Partouf, buddy.
Shield batteries don't heal lifted units, so still, I mean, it's an important thing to note.
Maybe it's because
the other.
Maybe it's just because it's crowd controlled. Like it's just taken out from the equation. You know what I mean?
That's surprising though, because like, wait, does medevac not heal something that's lifted?
I don't actually know, but I'm wondering.
Yeah, I was thinking about this.
Well, I'm wondering if the shield battery, if it ends up acting like a build, like could you target it, for example, and heal it?
What did you say? I missed the word.
Oh, is the shield battery going to be like a building where like, okay, it doesn't automatically heal it because you target it, something's lifted? There's a lot of questions with this new building and new mechanics.
The graviton beam is like a building, gotcha, because that's what you do in shield battery. Okay, I understand. Maybe, I guess that's something you have to try, but probes die so quickly to Phoenixes, it'd be really hard to test.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not even worth the micro effort to it.
Well, that's good then. So in a way, Phoenixes could be like even better harassment than an Oracle could be in this one circumstance, since the Oracle was scouted, or the Stargate was scouted and the shield battery was made.
You know, I would be okay with it if that meant more Phoenix play. I love Phoenix play in PvP. Sometimes it looks really stupid, granted, but I love Phoenixes in general. I think they show off control better than most other units in the game too, so hell, if that's where this game ends up evolving because of the shield battery, I'm okay with it.
So did Zest get any leads not going for that Stargate? He is ahead by tiny amounts in +2 and charge, but really even all around, even on the third base. And Stats even has a decent army supply here. Zest is looking to take advantage of what he hopes to be an inferior army, but I don't think it is that inferior. And it's in position, too.
Did Rifkin just say love and PvP in the same sentence? No. I'm sorry, it didn't happen.
Stats themselves are pretty clumped up initially.
If he had a shield battery, actually, this could go well for Stats, but unfortunately, I still think... Well, this is trading blow for blow. Archons are going to be better than the Immortals at the end of the day. Lift up some of the Stalkers.
Yeah, the War Prism dying to the Phoenixes was pretty big. Stats also got a little bit of his own micro in there when the Prism popped out. Ends up going in Stats' favor. But not so much that Zest like dies here, I don't think.
Well, Zest is right to run away. He can't afford to lose these Archons. These will not be easy for him to replace. Warping a new Zealots, things like this, not a problem. But, alright, looks like he is fully disengaged at this point, and I'm surprised, actually, that War Prism was such a big factor. That still looked like a fight Zest would have taken with the leftovers, but clearly not.
Stats backing off, really afraid of what Zest could have reinforced with already. Now, Zest, behind this, invests in +3 weapons very quickly. Takes care of that Warp Prism, but doesn't have Blink, so the Stalkers... Oh, it was clever.
He's trying to get to the shield battery range, I think, is what's happening there.
Yeah, absolutely, which now he can actually get back to. But I bring up the +3 because Stats is investing into more units, but I'm also looking in, and he's investing into more stack defense. So Zest might have a stronger army later on.
These Stalkers might as well have had Blink with that Warp Prism micro. I'm sorry, I was so distracted and focused on that. That was some really slick control out of Zest.
That was pretty good. As I said, Zest might have the stronger army. Now up in army supply, but also, again, with like much faster upgrade. I think he could hit a timing with this one, as he is already moving out across the map. Wants to have another go at the army fight. Stats, you know, he built those shield batteries, and maybe that was worth it. Again, they're not that expensive. But maybe it'll just be like the past couple of games where every single time they either like weren't done, weren't in position, or just didn't help quite enough.
Well, Unit County Station shows no immortals for Zest. I don't know how this will work out, actually, because Stats, these could technically tank really well, right? Ideally, they're in the front line, barriers pop, all this good stuff, but it's 16 Zealots for Zest, and that's the number I'm focused on for this. And I think Charge Lots will win this out.
He did have to go up a ramp. He tried to, like, bully his way through there, so a lot of damage was given to him before he even got to fight back.
Yes, that's true, and he almost lost 2 of the Archons to that. Oh my god, the Warp Prism going down again is once more going to screw Zest's fight over.
That was a questionable fight to take. Zest just taps out. He has so much money in the bank, but he lost his entire army.
1,500 minerals on the tap out does not feel good. Oh my god.
Terrible fight to take. He had the upgrade, he had a bigger army supply, and his Warp Prism was at full health until he did that thing where he just moved up the ramp.
Well, he also, like, he got way too close for damage on that, too. That Warp Prism flew right into Archons. They should never have been anywhere close to it, with the 6 range pickup especially.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this means we're going to go to game 4, so it's not going to be a 3-0, and that gives me a little bit of hope here for Stats. I'm still not confident to say he'd come back and win 3-2 in a reverse kill, but we'll see what happens. Super shout out to the Phoenixes for that game, by the way. The first Warp Prism snipe off, the second Warp Prism snipe off barely at the end, like MVPs of that game. But it is going to be Zest's map choice, and he's taking a moment here, so I am just going to play a commercial break, and we'll see you guys here in 2 minutes. All right, folks, we're still on a razor's edge here. He may have one win on the board, but he's still on his last life. In the top left, we got that blue Protoss. Stats.
In the bottom right, as the pink Protoss, he's Zest.
Zest is, I don't know. I guess I really want to criticize that last fight on the ramp. But when you're up 2-0 in the series, you kind of you're afforded the opportunity to make stupid, rash decisions. I think that calm collected, he probably could have still played that game out perfectly and won. But, I don't know, again, like it wasn't the proxy that you have off the 2-0 victory. It was just the stupid, lazy moves, I guess, you have off the 2-0 victory.
It was a really questionable decision, and maybe it was just because he's like, I'm just gonna get this game over with. Like, I feel like I have a lead, which he did. Up in army supply, up in upgrade, and perhaps with a better army if it wasn't for the positioning. I mean, 16 charge lots or whatever that was should have been able to dominate the Immortals that was supposed to be stats' advantage. Instead, they ran into a bunch of Archons up a ramp and didn't even attack for a while. But well, Zest can give away one game. I have a feeling they won't give away the next one.
On that note, too, it was a little bit weird to see so many Immortals invested in when it was like far past the point where like it's Archons, it's charge.
They can still bust through a lot of units. I mean, whether they actually get their bonus damage or not, they still are useful units. That's why, obviously ZVP, they've been used in every single iteration, every single meta change. But yeah, it should have been a weird choice if those Zealots could have gotten us around, which obviously they couldn't have.
Well, Proxy Stargate out of Zest. Looking to slap down Stats, who is going for his own Stargate, regular styles.
If Stats realizes something is up and goes for Phoenix first, he could really ruin Zest's day.
Well, you know what? The probe might get some scouting here. Or not. He could have made it to the main. I think sacrificing a probe to see what was in the main would have been totally worth it.
Agreed.
Well, Depth's pushing out. Maybe combo these get in there, but no clue that this is coming. I highly doubt he'll go blind Phoenix first. And if he does, then Stats is just a literal god.
Right? It just extremely lucky. Even if they go for a Phoenix, perhaps the Oracle still gets damage done. No, it is going to be his own Oracle. So, well, Zest is already getting a shield battery. Yeah, he should be getting the upper hand. Absolutely.
The build cancel battery?
Build cancel battery? Oh no.
Well, Oracle gets in here. Not looking good for Stats.
Nah.
He does try and Phoenix, but it's already so much damage done. 9 probes dead. That racks up quick.
Yes, it does. Luckily, runs out of energy, and Zest is following up with his own Phoenix, but of course it's going to be coming from the middle of the map, not even going home quite yet. How is he going to deal with Stats' Oracle just to stalkers of his own? Oh, he let the shield battery finish. Oh my god. Yeah.
Well, okay, if he pulls to the shield battery, it's lost mining, but as long as he doesn't lose 9 workers, he's ahead by so many. Yeah, like this, it's very awkward, but it's fine, ultimately. That if that Oracle turns back on its gun, it can only fire for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, that looked like it was going to be really bad, and then it wasn't. Yeah.
And it gets cleaned up too. Okay, Zest is in a fantastic spot. The shield battery's awkward, but 2 Nexus, 30 workers to 17.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a
in fact, he might even be able to save the pylon. He could lift these units up. Oh my god.
Yeah? He could lift every single unit up.
Oh my god, GG. Zest will be your Season 7 champion. Congratulations as he takes another tournament. That's 3 tournament wins in a row for Zest. Home Story Cup, Alima League Monthly Finals, and the BTSL Monthly Finals. Zest has got to be feeling, if not good about the money, confident as hell right now in the new patch, man.
Well, he should. He's looking pretty good with them stalkers. And his PvP's always been good.
And he just looks good generally. On top of all that. But okay, folks, if you joined us and are taking off thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed the show today. I know some of you are tuning in because you love seeing BaseTradeTV. Some of you are only tuning in because maybe you just want to see what the pros are doing on the new patch. Some of you just want to see Korean Starcraft. Whatever your reason for joining us today, thank you. Hitting 10,000 viewers on stream was insane, and definitely not what I was thinking of when I woke up at 3 a.m. slugging myself out of bed going, I don't want to do this today. But 10K viewers, a lot of generosity as well, a lot of follows. Sincerely, thank you everybody. Today was an awesome day. This might not be the last BTSL, but we don't have scheduled time for the next one because of how busy our schedule is. I guess I'll talk more about this in another cast because I really just want to wrap things up. But if you want to see tournaments we have coming up in the near future, check out the events tab. It has been updated for all of November, and we are working on locking down December as well. But at least for all of this month, you can check out the events tab to see what we're casting, when we're casting it, all that good stuff. Also, to clear up some confusion, since we do have a larger audience here, I'm hoping this will help a bit. People are asking what's up with Zombie Grub. I thought Zombie Grub left. People obviously didn't read too much, or I guess well into what we talked about, because Zombie Grub's still going to be doing a lot of the weekly stuff we're doing. Like, the whole point of this was more that she was less full-time, more part-time. So there's already been a couple tournaments I've pitched her and she's like, I don't feel like, I'd rather just not do that, or don't want to do something on that day. But things like BTSL or Alima League, stuff we've built and worked on, Ting, like, Zombie Grub will be here for that stuff.
Right.
And it's not like a gun to her head. This is her choice. Like, entirely her choice.
Gun to my head.
But yeah, again, thank you all for joining today. We're going to go find somebody to give like the most massive, awesome host of all time to. But if you are taking off, I hope you have a great day. Just hit the follow button before you leave, please, pretty please. That way you don't miss out on any of the stuff we're doing in the future, or at least reduce your chance to miss out on stuff we're doing in the future. But we'll go to a commercial break. We'll do our shoutouts. We'll give you the raid message. We'll pick a person to raid. All of that stuff in 2 minutes. So see you guys soon.